This is a video on replacing the worn variable speed belt on a wood lathe, the Craftsman 351.217-150. Okay, so I've went through the steps already and taken out the old belt, which is this belt here, and replaced it with something that I got on eBay, which is this belt that's already been replaced. The tricky part about this was this Jesus clip right there, and having to take that off, and this spring actually separating out like this. It was pretty, it's under a lot of high tension. So I followed the process that they asked me to do here. Remove the upper and rear cover, the top cover, the snap ring from the drive shaft, 4-socket head bolts, plate, and then on down the line. So coming back to this, I just want to go over it because this is the difficult part of this, was resetting this piece, okay? And this has got such a snug fit around here that my father had to use a metal hammer and tamp it down to flatten it out. Then we went back to his shop and cut out a piece of metal aluminum piece here that actually goes over the top of this, and we used a seating device. I'm just going to show you how it was done. It's just like this, and this went up against here, okay, which allowed for the Jesus clamp to be able to be put back in place. So now you're asking, well, what happened between this space between the wall and here to push it in? Well, that was the tricky part. We actually used a hydraulic pump. I forget the actual specific name about it, but essentially it's a trying to think too much right now. Hydraulic thing of some sort that pushed against the back part of this 2x4 and pushed this thing in. So one person, my father, was increasing the hydraulic fluid, which was pushing this wood towards the back of the lathe, and I was steering it with both hands on either side of the wood. So essentially I had my hand up here like this and was kind of negotiating around. My father used once we got it in place, a specific device to open and spread that Jesus clamp and get it around here. Right, if you have any questions, please feel free to reply to this, but essentially this is a jerry-rigged way of getting this thing to work, and we had to go through a couple different variations of trying to get this to work. I first tried out using a clamp. Let me just go through it here real quick. Is using a clamp like this, and it was actually in this place when the belt wasn't so tight, and then squeezing it in place like this, all right, and got it closer and closer, and I came really close to getting it on that way, but wasn't able to fully do it. So if you have any questions, please reply to this post. My name is Paul Julik, and this is about putting a spring back in place for a wood lathe in a somewhat controlled manner. Okay, thank you.